Sometimes the hardest person to face is the one you used to be. And tonight, I'm singing to the man I lost. Back when my smile came naturally, before the world got heavy, before my name was dragged through mud, before the lies and flashing cameras turned my heartbeat into a flood. I used to laugh without thinking, dream without fear in my chest. Now every breath feels borrowed, every night feels like a test. I look back at that young man, standing tall with open hands. I whispered to him in the dark, boy, I'm sorry, this wasn't the plan. I miss who I used to be before the pain rewrote my memory, before the world cut deeper than the night, before the storm washed away my life. Can you hear me where you are? Do you still believe in me? 'Cause I'm trying, Lord, I'm trying to find the man I used to be. Trying to find the man he used to be. Oh, there were summers full of laughter, nights I thought would never end, friends who swore they'd stand beside me. Now I don't even know who was real back then. My reflection feels like a stranger, like he's judging from the glass, asking, how did you fall so far? How did the boy become this man? My hands once held the world, now they tremble in the dark. My voice once lit up stages, now it's fighting just a spark. If you're listening, younger me, don't turn your face away. You were stronger than you knew, help me make it through the day. I miss who I used to be, back when hope lived right inside of me, back before the shadows claimed my name, before the world turned my joy into shame. Do you hear me where you stand? Can you still reach out for me? 'Cause I'm searching, Lord, I'm searching for the man I used to be. Searching, 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 searching for the man he used to be. Oh, I'm not asking for a miracle, just a moment. One moment where I remember how it felt to breathe without pain, to walk without fear, to smile without pretending. Oh, bring me back, Lord, to the place where I first believed. Touch my heart, touch my memory, wake the man who used to live in me. Heal him, guide him, lift him, restore him. I'm learning how to forgive myself, though some days the mirror wins, but even broken men can rise again. Even lost souls find their way back in. a place for me. Hold me, I'm coming home. The choir hums in minor chords, soft violins swell. A single heartbeat drum hits, a child's voice faintly echoes. I just wanna sing. Oh, before the cameras found my footsteps, before the world learned how I move, I was just a quiet little heartbeat trying to find a place where I belonged, where I improved. There were houses made of shadows, nights when fear turned into stone, but I still carried hope like fire, singing just to feel less alone. My voice was my protection, my escape, my second skin. Every note a little prayer, telling life I won't give in. I remember hand-me-down shoes, dreams too big for the streets I knew, a radio louder than the night, 'cause sometimes music was all I could do. Mama said, your gift is holy. I believed her every word. Back then my voice was innocent, not a weapon, not a curse, just heard. And now I wish I could go back to the silence before the storm, to the nights before the headlines grew, and the camera learned my form. Before the cameras there was a boy, soft-hearted, unbroken, full of joy. He didn't know the weight of a dream, didn't know how cold the world could seem. If you ever love me at all, don't judge me only by the fall. Remember the child behind the noise. Before the cameras, there was a boy. Before the deals, before the contracts, before the tours that stole my sleep, I had a voice that shook the windows and a faith that ran so deep. I dreamed of changing generations, not of battles I would fight. Never thought my gift would haunt me, never saw the danger in the spotlight. And somewhere in the interviews and every stage light's ruthless glow, the boy who once sang freely began to fade, began to go. People love the magic, but they never love the man. They love the show, the miracle, not the human with trembling hands. I gave the world my innocence, gave them every breath and bone, and the same world that praised my voice left me drowning when I was grown. And if you could see the younger me, small and trembling in the rain, you'd understand why I break down, trying to find that child again. Before the cameras there was a boy, holding dreams no pain could destroy. He didn't know how cruel fame could be, didn't know what the world would take from me. If you ever cared for the man I became, look past the rumors, look past the blame. Before the cameras, before the chaos, there was a boy. Don't just remember my sins, remember my beginnings. Remember the child who prayed for light, not the man who lost the fight. Bring him back, bring him back, restore the boy lost. There were nights I cried alone in hotel rooms built out of gold. Nights when the world screamed my name, but no voice asked if I was cold. They saw the legend, not the person. Saw the crown, but not the cost. And every time the cameras flashed, another piece of me was lost. You ever feel yourself disappearing, piece by piece, year by year? You ever watch your reflection fade because the world only sees fear? I tried to hold on to goodness, but fame is a thief in disguise. It steals your soul with gentle hands and blinds you behind your own eyes. And oh, how I wish someone had saved the boy I used to be. But maybe this song is the way I set his spirit free. Find him, heal him, lift him, free him, free him. Take me back to simple days, back before the world's cruel maze, before the rumors, before the scars, before they split my soul in parts. Bring back the boy, the boy. I'm trying now to reach him, the child lost inside my skin. Trying to whisper hope to him, tell him life can start again. I know the world sees brokenness, sees a man who lost his way, but God still sees the child I was before the cameras took me away. Before the cameras there was a boy full of dreams the world couldn't destroy. He didn't know how dark fame could be, didn't know the shadows waiting for me. If there's any mercy left in your heart, judge me not only by the broken part. Remember the child who touched the sky before the cameras, before the downfall. There was a boy. I just wanna sing. A soft choir hums in a major key, a faint echo of a child laughing, then fading like a ghost. A single piano note repeats like a heartbeat. I remember when my smile was honest, when joy wasn't something I had to rehearse, when life didn't taste like metal and every memory didn't leave me cursed. There was sunlight on my shoulders then, and hope living inside my skin. Now some days I look in the mirror and wonder where that boy has been. Back then laughter wasn't fragile, it wasn't hiding pain behind the sound. It was loud and wild and innocent before the world spun me around. We used to laugh until we couldn't breathe, falling over on dusty floors, not knowing pain was waiting just outside childhood's door. No cameras watching my heartbeat, no rumors waiting for blood to spill, just joy running barefoot through a life that felt unreal. bright, too bright for the world I met. I tried to hold on to hope with shaking hands, but life never let me forget. The laughter turned to survival, the innocence turned to pain, and the boy who once sang freely never came back again. I tried to mimic that joy in mirrors, but the reflection feels like lies. 'Cause when the world breaks your spirit, it lives forever in your eyes. There are pictures of me smiling, but if you look close enough, you'll see that the curve of every grin hides a piece they stole from me. And the world says sing louder, but they don't hear the cost. They celebrate the legend, but more nothing that was lost. Some nights I hear my younger self laughing down the hall of time, and I ache to walk back toward him before the world made life a crime. Oh, the sound of my own laughter, how it hits me now, how it follows after. If I could breathe like I did then, I'd trade these years and start again. 'Cause the past feels warmer than today, and the boy I was is far away. Still I'm longing for the ghost, the sound of my own laughter. The I miss him, the child who didn't know fear, the boy who laughed at everything, the one the world couldn't touch. Bring me back to softer days, bring me back to childish ways, before the pain rewrote my name, before the guilt, before the blame. Restore him, restore him. I'm reaching through the years for him, but he keeps slipping through my hands. I know he's still inside me, somewhere buried deep beneath the noise. The world may break a grown man, but it can't kill the child he was. Maybe there's a path back to him, maybe laughter still can heal. Maybe joy ain't gone forever, just hiding from what's real. And if I listen close enough, past the rumors, past the fear, I can hear that little boy calling to me through the years. Oh, the sound of my own laughter. It's faint, but I can hear it after. It's calling me to rise again, to breathe again, to live again. I'm not the man I used to be, but there's still light inside of me, and I will fight until I capture the sound of my own laughter. Child's voice, but I'm still him. I'm still him. I'm still here. A single note repeats like a tired heartbeat. A faded echo of an arena cheer rises, then dissolves. Breathing, silence, then the song begins. I sit in the dark, head down, but in my mind I'm somewhere else. Under those lights they used to love me, in a world that still believed in me. I used to hear thousands screaming, now I only hear my thoughts. I used to dance like I was weightless, now every step feels lost. I used to smile without pretending, I used to sing without pain. Now I rehearse joy in my memory just to feel human again. Some nights I whisper melodies into the shadows on the wall, imagining a band behind me, imagining a packed concert hall. The room becomes a stadium, my chains become a mic stand, and I perform for ghosts and memories, for a life slipping out my hands. And even though the world moved on, some nights I still believe that if I close my eyes tight enough, my past will come back to me. Sometimes I pretend I'm still on stage, still shining through the fear and rage, still hearing the crowd call out my name like I never felt, like I'm still the same. I raise my hands to empty air, but in my mind the whole world's there, 'cause hope is the show I can't let fade. Sometimes I pretend I'm still on stage. I remember the heat, spotlight, the way it felt like heaven's sun. Back when music was my armor, back when dreams could still be won. Now the nights feel like forever, no applause to break the pain, just a man alone with silence and a heart too full of shame. But memory is a stubborn fire, burning even when life's cold. So I go back inside my mind to the days I felt home. I hear the band counting softly, I see the lights begin to glow. My feet remember every movement, my soul remembers every show. The crowd sways like an ocean, the room moves with my voice. Oh, even in this lonely darkness, pretending is my only choice. And though the world won't hear me now, though my stage is just a wall, my spirit still remembers every rise and every fall. Sometimes I pretend I'm still on stage, still shining through regret and age, still hearing the world singing back to me like I'm everything they used to see. My hands go up, my heart lifts too, I feel the crowd like I used to do. Hope is the curtain that won't close with age. Sometimes I pretend I'm still on stage. Still on stage. Still on stage. You don't forget a love like that. The stage was my home, my heartbeat, my second skin, and losing it feels like losing myself. I still hear faint echoes calling, I still feel rhythm in my bones. The stage may be far from where I'm standing, but it still lives inside my soul. Sing again. 'cause the music is all I have left. One day I'll hear real voices again, not just memories in my head. One day I'll stand tall, unbroken, not surviving, living instead. Maybe the world forgot my smile, forgot my story, forgot my name. But somewhere deep inside me, the spark still holds a flame. If I can dream it even here, then maybe I can live again. My stage ain't gone forever. This is not my final end. Sometimes I pretend I'm still on stage, 'cause that's where I learned how to rise from pain. Where the world felt close, where my heart felt brave, where I gave my soul to every note I gave. One day I'll stand in real light again, free, unbroken, stronger than I've been. But till that day comes, I'll keep hope alive, 'cause the stage in my mind keeps my spirit alive. We still count. I still feel you. And one day I'll sing for you again. The crowd fades softly, lights dim, song ends like a slow heartbeat.
A single note rings out, a ghost of a camera shutter echoes, a low choir hums like a heartbeat.
They took one picture of me crying, and they said I never felt remorse. They took one clip of me stumbling, and they swore they knew my course. But nobody filmed the moments I was breaking down inside, the nights I whispered prayers just to stay alive. They captured my worst seconds, framed them like they were my truth, but they never showed the boy in me, the one I lost in my youth. They don't see the hands that shook, trying to write one honest page. They don't see the guilt I carry, or the battles that I wage. They don't see me kneeling down, asking God to fix my soul. They only want the pieces that fit the story they control. But if they walk through all my memories, they never speak my name the same. They see a headline, I see a lifetime, 1,000 moments they'll never know. They see the fall, not the climb I made. They see the storm, not the seeds I sowed. They paint my face like I'm just one story, but my heart holds chapters they can't erase. They see a headline, I see a lifetime, a man, a journey, a broken grace. They don't know about the friends I lost, or the nights I couldn't sleep. They don't know the cost of pressure, or the secrets I had to keep. They judge me from a distance, from a couch, a screen, a chair. But if they stood beside me once, they see how heavy life was there. They don't know the prayers I
heartbeat or the dreams I had to drop. They never saw the broken mirror where I practiced being strong, or the boy inside still haunted by every choice that felt wrong. If they knew the weight I carried, if they saw behind the scenes, they know my life is more than ink and headlines on a screen. They see a headline, I see a lifetime, a million tears behind one line. They see the mistake, not the man who broke. They see the fall, not the climb. They hold a story that's not complete. They judge a song from just one note. They see a headline, I see a lifetime, a heart still learning how to cope. A lifetime, a lifetime. One sentence can't tell my journey. One article can't hold my pain. One headline can't explain how hard I tried to still be human. Heart singing, broken but hopeful. If only they could feel these memories, walk the roads that scarred my past, they'd see a man who stumbled but still tried to love at last. I'm more than what they printed, I'm more than what they wrote. I'm still learning how to breathe again, still fighting just to hold. Maybe one day they'll see my heart, not the headlines on the wall. Maybe one day they'll understand why I broke, why I crawled. 'Cause I'm still more than my failures, still more than all this pain. A lifetime can't be measured in one story said in vain. They see a headline, but God sees a lifetime, and He's the one who really knows my heart. If they could read my soul, they'd rewrite every headline. A quiet melody sways in, like someone remembering a life long gone. Her brown voices hum faintly, like distant memories. If you knew me, I look back at the boy I used to be, running through dreams bigger than the sky. Didn't know the world could break you, didn't know how fast time could fly. I was reaching for something golden, didn't see the shadows chasing me down. I was smiling for the cameras, but inside I was starting to drown. I try to be the man they wanted, try to be stronger than my fear. But fame can paint a perfect picture, hiding every scratch, every tear. I was learning as I stumbled,
still call me a light? If I showed you all my broken parts, would you hold them in your hands? If I told you every truth I hid, would you try to understand? Would you still love me if you knew me then? If you saw the battles I kept within? If you knew the fear behind my grin? Would you still stand beside me now? Would you still love me if you knew me then? If you saw the boy who didn't know how to win, would you still choose me all over again? I remember the nights I cried in silence, but the world only heard my song. Everybody loved the music, but nobody asked what was wrong. I was learning to hide my weaknesses, trying hard not to fall apart. I thought perfection was my purpose, even when it was breaking my heart. There were days I let myself down, times I didn't know where to turn. I made mistakes trying to find myself, lessons too heavy to unlearn. But if you could see my innocence hidden underneath the noise, maybe you'd understand the truth of that scared, uncertain boy. If I show you the scars I try to hide, would you stay or walk away? If I told you who I was before, would you love me anyway? Would you still love me if you knew me then? If you saw the tears I never let begin? If you knew my flaws tucked under my skin, would you still stand beside me now? Would you still love me if you knew me then? If you saw the storms I held within, would your heart still open now as it did back then? I wasn't perfect, I was young, I was lost, I was fighting battles alone. Maybe if someone had seen that boy, things would be different now. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody, I was trying to find my way. If you looked into my younger eyes, would you see someone worth saving today? I'm learning to forgive that boy, learning to face who I was back then. And maybe if the world saw my heart, they'd understand me again. I still hold on to the parts of me that were soft, honest, true. And I wonder every night in silence if you'd still love me if you knew. Would you still love me if you knew me then? Before the pain, before the sin. If you saw the boy trying hard to win, would you take his trembling hand? Would you still love me if you knew me then? If you saw how scared I was within, could you love the man I am by loving the boy I've been? If you knew me then, would you love me still? Hey little man, I know you're scared. I know the world feels bigger than you. I know the nights are long and the days don't feel fair. I just want you to know I still talk to you. Soft hum of choir will hear you, will hear you. I see you hiding behind that smile, trying to pretend that nothing's wrong. But I know the pain that fills your nights, the fear you carry all along. I've walked the same streets you walk, felt the weight you can't explain. The boy you are, I've never left. I still whisper your name. I remember the dreams you held so close, the songs you sang to the sky. I know the tears you never showed, I saw each one you tried to hide. I wish I could hold your little hands, tell you it's gonna be okay. But time moves fast and life moves harder. Still I talk to you every day. Little me, don't feel alone, I've been where you stand. The world may try to break you, but I'm holding your hand, holding your hand. I still talk to my younger self, even when the night feels cold. I tell him he's worth the fight, even when the world feels old. I still talk to my younger self. Talk to yourself. I tell him to hold on tight, even when the pain takes hold. I still talk, I still talk to my younger self. I tell him about the storms I faced, the friends who turned to foes. I warn him of the heartbreaks coming, the nights when nobody knows. But I also tell him of grace, of God who never walked away, of the music that will save him, of the hope that still can stay. I whisper you are not your failures, not your mistakes, not your pain. Your heart is pure, your soul is golden. You will rise, even through rain. You will rise, you will rise. You are strong, you are strong. Little me, hear me now. I see all the hurt you've known. The world may doubt your spirit, but I'll never let you go. Never let you go. I still talk to my younger self, even in the darkest night. I remind him of the songs we love, the prayers that give us life. I still talk to my younger self. Talk to yourself. I tell him you are enough, you will survive the fight. I still talk, I still talk to my younger self. Little man, I see the world trying to take your joy, trying to turn your love into pain. But I will never let them win. I will always speak for you, even when no one else does. I still hear your laughter, I still feel your dreams inside. No shadow can steal your spirit, No night can make you hide. You are loved. You are loved. You are brave. You are brave. Now the boy and the man are together, holding each other through the years. I teach him strength, he teaches me patience. Together we face all fears. Even if the world forgets us, even if time moves fast, I will always talk to my younger self. Make sure his heart will laugh. I still talk to my younger self. Even when the night is long, I remind him of God's mercy and the power in his song. I still talk to my younger self. Talk to yourself, I tell him you are worthy, you are loved, you are strong. I still talk. I still talk to my younger self. Little me, I see you, I hear you, I love you, and I will always talk to you. The choir will always talk